So this thing is, I'm experiencing my back and forth, but let's get this thing going. This is episode one. I'm John Frank, and I'd like to get going and talk about the Beatles. Uh, anyway, that should be a lot better now. So testing one, two, three. So until I get this thing going a little bit, and oh, there we are. It looks like it's working. So like I was saying, I wanted to get into the Beatles and get back, and if anything, what I learned from the Beatles. And um, basically, I'm of the age that when the Beatles came out in '64, I was about 7 years of age, and everything was Beatles, Beatles, Beatles. It was awesome music. So I'd be remiss if I didn't even mention what the value of them are. This is my channel. It's dedicated to people who, a community of people who write their own music, sing their own music, craft their own music, record it at home, play many instruments. So multi-instrumentalist people, mix in the box, master in the box, and that's what this channel is all about. But to get back to the Beatles, and what, if anything, did I learn about the band? I didn't learn anything different about the band, but I did learn about the intense persistence while working on their songs. And to me, that's a lot of what Mirrorland Studios is going to be doing here. It's just working with people uh, to to benefit them, whether it was John or whether it was Paul in a song. No one said it's my song. John or Paul did their own song. What they did is they brought it in. They said, this is what it's all about. Someone said, hey, that sounds good. Throw this around. George came in and started doing it. And that's right there. That's unselfishness with ideas. And when you get in a working relationship like that, the value, that's just too awesome. So not to belabor that point and get this thing moving along. Now that tea is working, very yummy. Also, I wanted to share what we're going to do here at Mirrorland Studios, how we do this day to day, basically. The software that we use. When I started in a garage band in the early '70s in an area called the San Gabriel Valley. You might have heard of a few bands that came from there: Van Halen, um, Oingo Boingo, the Go-Go's, quite a few bands. And we got to play in that playground, but we had to do things like staple pieces of paper to telephone poles, and we had to go from car to car in lots. And remember Tower Records, those of us that lived in LA Hollywood area, that weird incline? Awesome. That's what we used to do. Now there's software for the art and the video. I started with iMovie. I'm going to share some tutorials about that. Also, I've moved on into learning how to do semi-graphics like Canva Pro. So all this, again, starting with Get Back and being inspired by what they had done, what I had known, and what I want to share now. Um, Basically, we want to share here at Mirrorland Studios what we do day-to-day operations, things like plugins for the audio. I have a couple of things up right now. What I want to do right now is I want to show an example of um, one of the tutorials that I put together very quickly. What it's about, it's how to do a background for StreamYard using Canva Pro. So let's see if this works. And as I get more familiar with this, that's what this is all about. So this should be a fun 3 minutes.
Well, hello. This is John Frank, and I'm going to show how I do a quick background for my live stream. I use Canva Pro, and let's start by number one, picking a size. So we'll come over here to create a design. We will go down here to custom, where it says width. Get 1920 by 1080. And the size has been picked. That's what I like about Canva Pro. So that's step one, excuse me. Then step two, let's go to a background. So here in the backgrounds, we have recently used, landscapes, patterns, gradients, abstracts. Now this is for my live stream, so I don't want it to be too crazy distracting, but I do want it to be, well, maybe it will be a little too crazy distracting. Let's do something like that. There we go. So we've got a background. Let's go ahead and let's pick an element. Let's come up here, click onto elements. Since this is going to be a live stream, let us type in live stream, see what happens. Oh, there, looks like we did it already. Live stream, live stream, live streaming. Let's do this one. Click. Let's bring it up here in the corner. Stretch it down. All right, now let's do one. Look, come over here to text. And let's go to add a heading. And let's put my website name, johnfranksongs.com. Hit enter. Put it right there. And looks like that might be it. Maybe one more element. What do you think? Here we go. Let's do this one. So we got the text. We picked an element or two, and we got the text down. Now we're going to title it, and this is going to be live stream. The yard, the StreamYard name. We'll make it number 4 test. Then we're going to make it a PNG. So let's click on that. Now instead of an MP4, we want it to be a PNG up here. Click that. It's got the sizing. Hit download. That's going to go to my computer down here. And there it is. Live stream, johnfranksongs.com. That's how I make a background for my live stream using Canva Pro.
So how fun was that, huh? How fun was that? Anyway, so let's get back over here. And so anyway, those are the kinds of tutorials that we will be bringing more often to you. And I also want to, I want to wrap this up here. I know it's a quickie one, but this is exactly the type of thing I wanted to get going. I wanted to show what our community is all about. I will be having more of these live streams, little orchestrated a little better. I want to thank Ren. Thanks a lot for showing up. Anyone else that came in, Angel Face, all the rest of you. I want to thank you for showing up, and I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge. And you guys enjoy yourselves. Have a great evening. And again, thanks for showing up. Remember to open eyes and warm hearts.